All right, y'all. Welcome back to another episode of the Jovial Pursuit podcast. I'm switching it up. I'm going fast this week as I went jazzy last week. So I'm coming at you with the bop, 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 bop. You know what? We moving right into it. How you, Brandon? You good?
Good.
You good?
It's good.
Fantastic.
Yeah, been a good week.
That's what's up. All right, that's too much. Who? I ain't got the energy for that, bro.
What? A quick. That's what's up.
Bro, it's like I just sprinted, and now I'm like, yo, that's no quick pass.
It was worth a shot. It was worth a shot.
I'm sticking with the NPR jazz. I'm gonna drop the octave and ask you, nice, slowly, how was your week?
It's a good week.
Fantastic.
It's busy. This is a busy week.
What you had going on?
Let's see. I was speaking at a school, and
What you talk about?
Social media and identity development.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me hear a little bit.
Oh no, we just kind of talked about.
Give me the spiel.
The whole
Also,
spiel.
we didn't talk about my blue hair, but we'll get into that.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. But let's see. So I just kind of talked about the impact that what we ingest, as far as what we compare ourselves to, how that impacts how we develop what we think about ourselves, and how kind of how social media uses intermittent reinforcement as far as like a sort of pattern to keep you stuck watching the same thing over and over again. And negatively impacts things because they'll get you watching stuff that isn't really encouraging because it keeps you there. And so it's a little tough because I mean I didn't grow up with phone. Like Facebook was started in 2004.
I didn't get on Facebook until I think 2008, my senior year.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, because when it first started out, it was like, no, this is only for college people. Don't you even think about it. And then we all pretended like we were in college. But you had to have like a college.
Right.
Yeah.
You had to have the ID.
Yeah. You had to have like the college. Yeah.
Oh, but okay, so I was in an Upward Bound program, and for those who don't know, that was like a government-funded program to help more impoverished families get students into college. So I would stay on a campus in Vermont, Southern Vermont College, which is defunct at this point.
Don't go look them up.
Well, it was like a mansion, and they wanted to sell the mansion. It's like a historic mansion. So, but I had an ID because it was a campus, and we had to get into certain places. So I used that in 2007 to start my account, actually.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Sometimes you got to break rules. Don't listen to that. Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. More terrible advice.
Well,
it's not really always terrible.
No, because sometimes you do have to like fake it to make it. So it's like, what do we do? Anyway, it does shape the narrative more so now than ever before. Because at that time, it wasn't like super targeting and things like that. You could play games and whatnot on Facebook at that time. It was good. It was good time, good years. Yeah, I was doing that in the high school library. The senior librarian comes around, you gotta find. You just switch it over to like Wikipedia page, and she's like, first of all, I know you tripping because that's a Wikipedia page. You can't use that as sourcing. No,
don't
get off of
newground.com. But I was one of the things that was kind of fascinating when I was talking about them was like Facebook at one point, like there were 30 million photos an hour being uploaded, which is just insane.
I never had good service for that. I lived in the woods, so it was like, nah, ain't no service for. But people were, yeah. Dude, they have a catalog of images of. So now they're using AI, and of course, the terms of service nobody reads. They're using those images to train it. Yeah, but we're already in the system, so whatever.
Yeah, they already know everything they want to know.
Like, from us. Yeah, from us.
Like I willingly told them, and they were in all of the paperwork, all the terms of service. They were like, "Are you sure you want to give us all this information?" And we all were like,
"Scroll straight to the bottom." Click accept.
Yep. And then years later, go, "What? You can't? What?
How dare you use my information?" I just went back and did the simple stuff like, yo, you can't track me anymore. Turn that off. No more targeted ads. Turn that off. What else? There's a couple other things like that they don't have access to unless I give them explicit permission. But at this point, you can't really make a sync because, like you said, we signed away our life.
Yeah,
we kind of did.
We kind of knew what we were doing, or at least even now, like if you click accept without reading it, we know what we're exchanging.
Especially now.
Yeah.
But I do live in California, so like they have to like say certain stuff and have explicit permission off rip, or they can't do it at all. So I do kind of like that, although it's expensive to live here now.
So true.
But
how was your week?
I was gonna say the rest of your like your whole speech went well. You've been doing a lot of like speeches and whatnot, like presenting. Is that an increase or like is that
kind of
been your standard?
I've kind of, I mean, it's been increasing, but I kind of always have done some stuff like that, like. Or I'll try and help out with different, schools or different things. Like if they have questions about different mental health stuff, or dynamics that are going on, I'll come and try and help. So, yeah.
And you try and say that you're not a phenomenal person.
Nah, I think there's a lot better people than me. I think there's a lot of people. On the basis of just being good. We've already established that I have a very punchable face, so that's.
But I think that's just because it's like lightly delicate, so it's just like it frames nicely for a fist.
It does. It does, and then like the things that I say or like challenge or do, like it just makes it better. It's just like the face that already was punchable.
Now it's reinforced.
Yeah.
And you know what? I literally started right before the camera started. I said, "Yo, you've got a very punchable face."
I mean, I have been punched by like people in session before.
Have you really?
Like, yeah.
Yo, I'm. No. How often are people really getting hit in session? Because
not often.
I'm like,
not often.
There have been people I've wanted to punch in the face, and I'm like, I wish I could.
Right. Well, so I should. I will say, for me, it's mostly kiddos. Like, and so when they're like, when I'm doing like, sort of like play therapy stuff.
Wanted to put like doctors in the face. No, you're talking about kids. Like, oh no, my impact is different.
I've had like people pull out weapons and be like, "Say it again," and I'd be like, "Ooh, okay," and I don't say it again, and it's almost like this weird, like, I dare you to shoot me right now. I dare you, because you and I both know I'm right. And then at the same time, I'm like, please don't shoot me. I made a terrible choice in saying that the first time and now the second time. Like, please don't do that. I mean, I care about you and I wish you the best, but please don't shoot me. That's not nice.
Take the
very
bullet.
unfortunate.
Take the bullet. That advice, jumping straight into it, take the bullet. Obviously.
Ooh, I like that.
Because if most people are, especially if you keep running at them, they're not willing to shoot again if they've never shot before.
I don't know if I'd run at him. I think I'd just be like, this is a good way to go.
There was a horn in the background. And I'm like,
I think my children are vacuuming right now.
oh.
I told them like not. So for everyone that's watched, like I'm at home because like we got a birthday party, like I gotta like jump into. So they like, I told them like, hey guys, yeah. I told them like I'm gonna be downstairs, like in the in the office.
No. Mine sounds like a drill.
I mean, dude, it's like right outside my door. Like,
why does it sound like a drill? No, it sounds like a power drill. Like someone's just pressing up against the door. Okay,
amazing.
That's the way your eyes peeked up after mine peeked up. Yeah, no, that's you.
Yep. Yeah, because like, and I don't know why they're like hanging out right by the door. They're just kind of like, maybe there's some stuff right underneath the door frame over here that's like, I gotta get this. I'm like, guys, just leave it. Just leave it.
You want to check it out?
No, I'm just. They're moving on now. Yeah, they're moving on now. I mean, at least they're trying to vacuum. It's a win.
Fair enough. You know what? That's a good battle to not fight.
Yeah.
As a parent, that's a good battle to not fight because at least they trying.
Yeah, at least they're giving a shot. But like the whole play therapy thing.
Yeah.
When you're doing play therapy, and like you're working through a lot of stuff with kids.
Mm-hmm.
And usually you're kind of going right into like some of their trauma stuff, or they're like wanting to play to sort of process it. But like for me, being a guy, like overwhelmingly the sort of bad guys in their world and in their trauma is a dude. And so when I give them the space, like, hey, what do you want to do? They're like, let's play house. And I'm like, please. I know how this is gonna go. And the kid's like, listen, I'll be the dad, you be the kid. And they like reverse roles, and I'm like, oh. And like one kid was like, you didn't clean up your room. And I was like, no, Dad, no. It's like,
I just laugh because I know that it's real well. Like, damn, no. Because you have to play into it.
You have to like, you commit. You commit to the character, you commit to the like being there in the experience with them to help process through it. So I was like, no, and they just wham, punch me right in the face, and I was like, hey bud,
you got the nerve to say you're not a phenomenal person. I will not take such slander of yourself. You're a liar.
It's just kind of what you do. Like, the thing is, every play therapist kind of goes through that. Like, that's not a unique thing for me. Like, most play therapists, you kind of run through that.
But I don't know any of those guys. So I got to go with the one person that I know. Take the compliment or shut the fuck up, Just maybe just shut up.
Nah. No.
That sounds fair.
Your week was good, though? We're just going to move on past that.
Hey, it's just like, I tried to be aggressive. You're just like, I don't want that.
Yeah.
Just move right along.
Just mosey on past that.
That's really good advice, though. For your side, as the therapist, that's good advice. Just ignore that. But also, that's terrible advice in some fields. Don't go to jail to do that. Why does everything
probably nothing.
Keep going back to jail? Dance off in jail.
Yep.
Fight them in jail.
Yep.
Ignore them in jail. Golly.
Yep.
I've been there once. It was 7 days. It was like nothing crazy.
Yeah.
I hung out with some friends from high school. It was okay.
Hey guys.
That's exactly what it was. I heard it. I heard the voice next door to me, and I was like, "Know that voice."
Peter, is that you?
God damn it! First of all, Peter reached out again.
Yes.
He reached out. He's like, "Yo, did you forget?"
No one forgets, Peter.
And then we also have this reversible thing that you could do this with, and I was like, I couldn't wait to tell you. You shut up, device.
That's ooh. See now. Oh.
We'll talk about that in post.
Yep.
Oh, back to my week, because I know you keep trying to ask it.
Yeah, I do. That's like, how's your week?
I keep batting it away, like my aggressions. You said no, I said no. Just matrix of no.
Yep.
A volley for who's gonna be more disobedient. I went camping this past weekend and it was fantastic. The ride up was very long. It was like 9 hours.
Oh.
Yes. We went up north compared to where we are. So Temecula to this Pollock Pine, Somerset area, up in the mountains somewhere. And there was this lake. It was gorgeous. I sent you pictures.
Yep.
It was really dope.
Beautiful.
There was this big old hill that we had to like go down to get into the camp and then go up to leave, obviously. Took my e-bike. If you don't know, I e-bike a lot. Mine is called the Vista Cruiser. Mine's a thick bitch out here, okay? I got fat tires, okay? She out here cruising, getting up to 30 miles per hour.
Ooh.
That's right, she
okay.
fast. She thick and she fast.
Yep. Don't.
I was gonna talk shit. I was gonna say just like my mama, but goddamn.
Don't.
She don't watch, so I could get away. My Aunt BB might.
No,
but
no, Mrs. McCrae. Mrs. McCrae. Sorry for everything.
No,
that just happened.
Hey, reality is reality, and that's what it is. I'm calling it out today. Also, my brother's a bitch. I'm calling that out too. Yep, went down there. Mm-hmm. Anywho, my bike, it's great.
Dude, this is like all this. You're like living out the bad advice, like saying the bad. Like, all right, here's my bad advice. Go record something, put it online, say everything bad about the family. Just go.
Oh,
bad advice.
All right. So,
no, we don't do the bad advice. We just say it ironically so people don't do it. You're about to do see now people do what you did. You're gonna be out here fighting homeless people and like getting into all sorts of trouble.
They have every right to if that person approached them incorrectly.
Oh,
drop the pen. Doesn't matter.
No, this is going the wrong direction. You said if they approach them incorrectly. That's so vague.
First of all,
what if they walk with
flicked my lip? That was inappropriate. When I did the demonstration, hold on.
No, I remember.
No, because he back here. Nope, that's you coming off the plane. Let me run it back. Nope, run it back. Here we go. Because he flicked my lip.
Yep.
He flicked me in the lip, so I had to hit him and flip him.
Yep.
And then people had their cameras out.
Yep.
And now I'm online.
Yep.
I had someone homeless. Don't listen to me, guys. Like sometimes, but don't. Maybe not today. I might be feeling some sort of way.
I'm in a mood.
Maybe. The camping was great, and that's brought me to a point of being able to get past my current situation and literally laugh about it the next day.
That's good. How much?
Go ahead.
Wait, you had the axe. You had the axe in the picture you sent me. So did you actually get to do like the log splitting?
Oh yeah, of course.
Sweet.
I always. Now I gotta sharpen it.
Dude, if Peter wants to work with us, we should definitely get him to make a picture on like a screen printed T-shirt of you, like the locks, on an e-bike with an axe off the back. I'm just saying.
When I tell you
that would look
your boy
so
will
sweet.
Be out here, because I there depending on the path I ride no hands. So your boy will be out here just hand on leg with axe on shoulder. Your boy.
Yep.
Tell me why I'm actually kicking my feet right now.
Like
be out here.
Yep.
Little slow-mo.
I'm just saying that T-shirt design. That could be pretty sweet.
It's trying to get your boys, black people, in the woods again. Hey, we got to be out here learning camping.
Mm-hmm.
We never know when shit's gonna go down. I got to teach folk. We got to be out
REI. Here. Have you seen the REI stuff that they've been doing?
The what?
Like, so REI.
Yeah. So, what is that? I've seen that symbol a lot. What is that?
They're like an outdoor company, but it's like a co-op. Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh no!
So you can have like a membership.
Well.
Yeah, so you can have membership, and there's like gear swaps and garage sale stuff that they do. Super cool, like classes and everything. But they like featured, I think it was last year. They closed down all their stores, and their like motto is "Get outside." So like Black Friday, they closed down all their stores, and they're like, "Just go outside, just go hang out, like be outside."
Have some fun. Black Friday? To the nation. When the nation gets really cold on Black Friday?
Yeah, I mean, but they're like, go out, have some fun. But they featured a bunch of like African American like chefs and things for like teaching like different like culinary cuisine, outdoor stuff.
Okay,
which was kind of cool. It's kind of featured like, hey, like this isn't like getting outside isn't just like a certain ethnicity or group. It's like everyone. Let's go enjoy this.
Yeah, exactly. We all need to at least learn some of the basics. Like I said, teach your kids hatchet use early. Don't listen to Brandon. He's a liar. Teach your kids early.
Just gonna have like feral children out here on the playgrounds with hatchets. Like,
first of all, if you teach them, they're not gonna be feral. See, you're that's why you're a liar already, because you just tried to flip it, and I said no. If you teach them, they're not just gonna be wielding these hatchets. They're gonna teach the other youth, and they're gonna be like, "Yo, this is how you do a campfire." I don't know why their octave just got like,
yeah, like for just, hey, this is how you do build a campfire.
He's also smoking a
it's a smoker.
they're on the tire swing. First of all, and he's just whittling.
That poor child. They know how to wield a hatchet, but man, are they in trouble?
The fedora's down. And he's like, what? Just rocking in his chair like his grandma. Use them chains. Bro, why you got emphysema?
Yep. Right.
Been chewing tobacco since 2 months. Sir.
Whoa.
I'm just a recess aide, and I'm like, man, you really know how to whittle that stick? All right, let me pull my little knife out. Like, how you do that?
Yeah.
Learning from a 6-year-old.
Teach me your ways.
Oh, I was supposed to talk about something serious this week.
Yeah, what was it? I'm gonna look it up.
Bro, I ain't got time. All right, do a 20-minute dissertation on the emotional desert plateau or mental desert plateau.
Yep. What?
I'm thinking about just this kid just whittling. Makes a bear, just gives it off to it. Right.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I gotta get my mind out of skip mode. See, this is... Do you want to start us off? That way
With which one? The emotional plateau?
Yeah, that's the one you said you wanted to see last week.
Yeah.
All right, because I know you have some insight into it. So,
well, how do we describe what that plateau is? Like, because we kind of talked about like the growth, getting to the plateau, and then it's just kind of like muted and stays there. So,
the way I see that plateau, say you're working through something in a relationship, and as you're going along, you are making progressions. You're climbing the mountain to get to better peaks, better influences, just better relationship. Sometimes along that way, we come across this flatland that we think is the final stop, and that we finally did the work and everything's great, but it's a desert up here. And that's usually the one thing that most people feels is off, is like, I feel like I've been doing it, but like something's just not right about the process. And that creates the desert. And in the desert, you end up with illusions, mirages. As you're going along and you're thinking you've made the progressions and everything should be going right, you're still seeing some airs of the past that you feel like you should have been past. And that would be my description of the desert plateau as a start.
That we feel like we've gotten farther along than we really are.
Ultimately, yeah.
It's so in like the mental health world, there's a couple of different concepts. So I'm a marriage and family therapist. So my whole field is all about systemic thinking. So it's all about how everything is connected to everything. And you really can't divorce one component of life without it impacting the other. Like, so if you change your sleep habits, it's going to have different benefits. If you change diet, it's going to have different ways it interacts with the body. But even bigger than that, it's going to change some of the relationships sometimes, because you might be with someone that's like, I love to eat this food, and you're like, I no longer like that. So it's going to cause some friction there. Or it might change financial and economic choices, which might change how you shop, things like that, which might change there's also, it just expounds upon that. So that desert plateau, this is going to be a little bit of a hot take.
Fair enough.
And it's going to be a little bit of a hot take because it doesn't, there's a lot of really significant research that points to therapy. If you haven't really accomplished a certain level of change within a certain period of time, you're probably not changing. You're just changing how the problem looks. And so you're in that plateau. So it's kind of like you actually, it's like you do enough to feel like you're changing, but you actually haven't changed the problem. You just changed how it looks. So technically, how it presents itself is going to be a little bit different. And so sometimes therapy, like the research that kind of gets thrown out there and shows up, is that usually that's a 12-month time period, that if you haven't achieved like a bigger systemic change, you might be in danger of being in that plateau where you didn't actually change, you just changed how it looked. And so it's like good enough to appease you, to make it feel like you've actually done some good work. Like, I'm not so for example, this is my apologies to all who are probably upset by this hot take right here, or this example rather. But I had this dear friend, and phenomenal guy, and he was like, I'm gonna get my health in check. And I was like, all right, yeah, good for you, man. Like, yeah, how can I come alongside you, support you, sort of thing? And he was like, I'm gonna change my diet. And I was like, all right, cool. Yeah. And he's like, yep, I'm gonna be like more ketogenic diet. And I was like, okay, cool. What does that mean?
That's a rough one. That was hard to maintain.
Well, what so ketogenic diets, from what he explained, I'm not a nutritionist. That's not my thing. So I don't like from here in this portion.
Jill did keto for a while, so we had a chance to learn a good chunk about it.
All right. Perfect. So his whole thing was he was talking about like intermittent fasting and sort of like not eating, like having certain periods where he would eat.
Okay.
Is that the basis of ketogenic diets?
Not necessarily.
All right. So he was blatantly wrong, which might be why this didn't work. But he was like, you only eat for like, you only have like a 4 or 5 hour window where you eat, and then you want to like mostly eat like proteins, and that's mostly what you want to do. And so the dude would hit up Buffalo Wild Wings and just go to town in those like 4 hours, and then we go back to the doctor and be like, hey, yeah, like some things are a little bit better, like your weight technically is dropping, but your cholesterol is out of this world. Like, I don't know what you've been doing, but go back to being overweight and having better cholesterol, because that's a better option of what we're doing now.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, because people don't recognize how much sugar is in sauces or even in the dry rubs. So you're already taking yourself out of ketosis if that's the case anyway.
Right. So documents. But that's what I mean though. Like you can technically do a change, right? Yeah. And it can produce some results, which was the result was he made some change, which means he ate less, and he did get some results, which was lower weight. But the issue or the problem at hand was he still didn't know how to enjoy healthy food or healthy portions. Right. Like the problem was never how much he ate, it was what he ate. Why that face?
That's the hot take that just kind of hit on the backside of that. You hit people twice. I hope you know that. That's what.
All right, ready? Punchable face.
Facts.
I said the thing that makes you want to punch me.
Just air punch your screen, because golly, he's not wrong, but still.
But that's if you ever want to do a deep dive on like sort of mistaken problem solving, Paul Watzlawick was a researcher, and
you'll have to send me that name, because Watzlawick. Is it phonetic? Yeah. I don't know.
Like WAT.
You could just like send it to me, because why even waste my time?
I'm just, but he kind of talks through the cybernetic change or the systemic change, and how things kind of get stuck, and sometimes that plateau of how we think we've actually changed, but we really didn't. Like sometimes we're just doing more of the same problem.
It's like coding something and then thinking you fixed the code, and then it's the same error that you're coming into. It's like, I changed that though. So what the fuck else happened?
Yeah. Right.
That's valid.
That's exact. Yeah.
I just wanted to say an analogy in hopes that I was understanding in the same capacity. That's usually how I like double check if I get it. It's like, all right, if I understood their analogy correct, then I can make one under the same basis and see if that's it. Yeah. And they'd be like, yeah, no, you got it. Cool.
Yep.
That's what's up. So we do have differing opinions on how that looks and presents itself, but that doesn't necessarily mean that either are wrong. It's about what stage of the situation that you're looking at, or
yeah, like you once you get to that plateau, it's kind of like one of those moments where you like just don't stop, just keep going, keep exploring, keep learning, keep growing, because eventually you're going to realize some of those deeper layers that you go, oh, I thought I conquered that, but it shows up here, which allows you to change on an even deeper level systemically, like changing your worldview in a way or your outlook. And it allows you to sort of challenge some of those things rather than just going, oh, I've conquered that and I've addressed it, and not even exploring how it still shows up every once in a while.
Valid. I do like that. That was good. That was good. You still have a punchable face, but that was good. I'll give you that.
It's true. But like
right. Yeah,
like
go ahead.
Well, like life though is hard when you're changing stuff like that. It's really deep, fact. like deep family stuff where you're like, what you're trying to conquer in yourself is like 4 or 5 generations deep. Like this isn't just like a one-off, like trying to disrupt like my worldview or my take or my perspective. You're taking on like great grandpa here. Like this is
generational
deep.
Trauma. Fighting that heavy, and a couple people like to take their swings in that generational trauma, where it's like you got to get to the source of like, yo, who ultimately like was the toughest in this, and who needs to be dismantled for everything else to crumble down underneath it. And tackling self really does allow you to evaluate that, because we have bits and pieces of each and every one of them coming down the line. And the negative really does have such an impact to hide many of the positive things that have gone on in the same time. So in that manner, take yourself a little lightly too along this path, is because like you have done the work and you have made some changes. It's just in a need to be different. And through this evaluational time, give yourself some grace too.
Yeah.
Like, apologize to self, because you know what? We're usually hardest on ourselves, especially when we thought we did something right and it ends up being wrong. We start beating ourselves down the mountain all over again. So like you said, stay on the path, but give yourself some grace at the same time.
Yeah.
Cool. We already did some bad advice, and that's kind of
yes, we did.
Place. I got one quick thing before we wrap up today. Ritz, you have no idea about this because you're not on the social medias for real like that. So, quick shout out to MC Joe, Savage C, Tanner B, and my wife Jill, the most consistent likers of our posts. Y'all are real ones, and I give many appreciations. This is just one of those things I'm doing with a friend, and I know it's a slow build and all that good stuff, but y'all have been very supportive, and I acknowledge that, and I thank you. So this will be a separate little cutout just for them. Appreciations.